Hello. Welcome button mashers to the world premiere of button mashing. I am your host, JJ. How y'all doing? Welcome to the very first episode. The aim for button mashing is to basically take a deep dive. Let's take a deep dive into the fighting game genre. It is a genre that recently I've had this growing passion for, and the more I dig into this genre, the more I kind of am falling in love with it. It's a very complex one. One of my goals is to not only learn more about these fighting games, but also bring you guys along for the journey. I want you guys to come along with me to the ride, to the journey that is to get to know these fighting games, how they work, and just have a good time overall. And today we're gonna start with Darkstalkers, or the Vampire series called in Japan. This is a long forgotten but very much beloved fighting game franchise from the folks at Capcom. This franchise came out around the 90s, back when I would consider it the golden era, kind of like the golden era of Capcom games. I now have a thing called button mashing that is about fighting games, but believe me guys, I am just a beginner. I am a beginner, and I'm just inviting you guys along for the journey. I'm inviting you guys to take a look at fighting games that have come out over the past, I don't know, over 20 years. And we're going to take a look at that. We're also going to look at modern fighting games. It's not only going to be retro fighting games. We're also going to look to the newer ones, So it's not all going to be retro. But anyways, let's go ahead and play the first game. Let's play the first game. Let's load it up. In Japan, the first game is called Vampire: The Night Warrior, released in 1994 for the CPS2 arcade, and it is the very first game in the series. In America, it is called Darkstalkers: The Night Warriors in plural. Night Warriors in plural in the US, and Night Warrior Vampire in Japan. So let's boot that up. Yeah, guys, this is Darkstalkers, and even from the get-go in the first game, this game looks amazing, right? This is 90s Capcom, dude. I love 90s Capcom. I love 90s Capcom to death. The art style is just beautiful. And it's kind of like, Street Fighter 2 was a huge deal at this point in history. This game came out in 1994, and by this point Street Fighter 2 was like a huge deal. And according to the retrospective that I saw for research for button mashing, Capcom wanted to make a new fighting game. They wanted to make a new fighting game series because Street Fighter was all the rage. So they wanted to make another one, but they wanted to go a little crazy. They wanted to make original characters based on monsters, like do a Dracula and do a Frankenstein, like actually try to license them out of like Universal Pictures. But then they decided to make their own creations, and that's, and that is how Darkstalkers basically was born. So yeah, this is very Street Fighter. I mean, Morrigan, which is the character that I'm using right now. Morrigan here, we all know Morrigan. We all know Felicia. Like, we all know these characters, right? Even though I've never played these games, I know these characters because they're a part of like the Capcom universe of games, and we've always seen them in like versus games, like in Marvel games and stuff like that. Your characters have a special. Morrigan over here has a Hadouken. It's a three button fighter, just like Street Fighter. You have medium, light, and heavy, or it's called differently in Street Fighter terms. Yeah, the art looks fantastic. Like, again, ribs. This is 90s Capcom, pure 90s Capcom. I love the artwork. I love the animation. It's fun to play. So we have a special. Notice that the special meter goes away. Once you gain the special meter, it starts draining away. So the game is encouraging you to use your special move, which is kind of crazy. I'm not an expert when it comes to fighting games, not by a long shot, but I don't think I've ever seen a fighting game do that. Like, drain your own special once you obtain it. I don't think I've ever seen that in another one. And these are the original characters. Like, we have a werewolf, we have Frankenstein, we have a ghost samurai, there's a merman. There is I think that's a Yeti. One of the most interesting characters is the guy that is like a rock star. I think he's one of the most interesting original characters. Darkstalkers games, these games have a lot of personality. These games have a ton of personality, which that to me is what makes them so memorable, because we haven't seen a new game in like over 20 years, right? But you can still know who these characters are. Lord Raptor, like look at this guy. Look at Lord Raptor. So yeah, a lot of personality. And if you watch the retrospective, one of the things they say in the retrospective is like, the devs really focused on giving every single character its own unique like trait and stuff like that, their own unique like personality, and I think they knocked it out of the park. It's wild. It's really wild. And there's a lot of crazy animations in the game as well. Like I'm using a rock star who is now a zombie or a ghoul, and I think that's pretty dope. He has a guitar, but I don't know his moves. I don't know any of his moves, so we're literally button mashing here, literally, like the name of the show. And like there's a guitar. That's really cool. So let's get the second game rolling. And you can do, look, this intro has music. This intro is awesome, man. I love, look at this art, guys. Look at this art. 90s Capcom, man. 90s Capcom is amazing. It's so good. There's Dimitri. The Night Warriors. Darkstalkers Revenge. Put in some coins. And right off the bat, we always go turbo. We always go turbo. So we got new characters. We have Hisinko, she's a new character. We have Donovan, he's a new character. We got this machine, who I think is the boss. These are two bosses from the first game. Huitzil and Pyron, those are bosses from the original game, and then everyone else should be the same from the OG. Let's try Hisenko. Hisenko is actually pretty dope. And let's see what the sequel brings. Like, look at this awesome stage. So this is a brand new character for this game. Yeah, this character has a lot of like zoning tools. Like, I don't know. I really only know how to use a little bit Morrigan, and that's because Morrigan is a Shoto character. A little bit. But Hisenko is kind of like a zoning character. Oh shit. So we're fighting Bishamon. And there's a dog. Holy shit, what the fuck? Oh god. Getting destroyed here. Like, look at that poke. Look at that normal. That is her fierce. That's crazy range. Look at that range. Obviously, I need to time it right and space it correctly, but holy shit. The differences between normal and turbo is how fast the game is, basically. Just always go turbo because the game feels better when it's at its fastest, to be honest with you. And everyone usually just plays turbo. Usually. I don't know any specials. Oh, there you go. Oh, look at that. So Hisenko over here, she is a Chinese vampire that hunts vampires, I believe, or demons. I believe that's the lore. So she's pretty cool. She's pretty cool. Can we beat Saber or Saber Wolf? Oh! Go for the fast jab. Oh god. Fuck. We were close. We were close. God damn it. I was kind of tense there. Yeah, Hisenko is really cool. Your skill is great, but mine is supreme. We're going into Darkstalker Resurrection, which is going to be our intro into the third entry of the franchise. We're going directly to that collection that came out in 2013 because it has a tutorial. That's why we're going to check that out first before we go into Fightcade. Let's go through the tutorials. Because this game, like I said, made by Iron Galaxies. It's a really good version of the game. It's an excellent collection from what I can tell. And you can switch between, right now we are in the Darkstalkers 3 version of the game. But by pressing select, we can go into the second game. So basically this is the second game. remaster. Let's take a quick look to it. Look at it, sorry. So this is the game we were playing a little bit before, right? It has like these HD-ified portraits. And this is basically the game we were playing before. And the cool thing that I love about this collection is the achievements. I love the achievements on the left side of the screen. I think they're really cool. I think they're super dope. I believe Third Strike Online also has it. And so yeah, this game also has a bunch of awesome things. Like we can look at the move list now, because obviously this is the as a console version. Now we have access to training mode, we have access to the move list, and access to a whole lot of things that obviously the arcade version doesn't have, because obviously it's in the arcades you're not gonna pay to train and go into training more in the arcade version. So yeah, we have access to her normals. We have access to her special moves, and this is pretty cool. We have different settings, like different filters, and they have the classic scan line. We can go widescreen, we can go stretch. This one is awesome. I love this one. This is not how you're gonna play the game, but I think it's pretty novel. Classic arcade view. Like, you're not gonna play this game like this, but I think it looks pretty dope. Like, that's a cool feature. Shoulder gaming, exactly, shoulder gaming. We can turn on the scan lines. We can turn on the original scan lines here. That's what the game looks like. Scan lines on. One of the things about this game, Darkstalkers Resurrection in general, is that this was a way to try and gain and garner interest for the Darkstalkers franchise. If this game had done better, then it would have incentivized Capcom to do a new game in the series. But unfortunately, as awesome as this collection is, unfortunately, it didn't do the numbers that Capcom was looking for. So that's why we never got a sequel to Darkstalkers, because this collection, unfortunately, as awesome as this looks, it failed. It failed to sell the amount of copies that it needed to sell. So, which is a big bummer, because look at this artwork. Look at this new ass artwork that they made for the game. And yeah. So Darkstalkers 3 has new characters. It has BB Hood. That's a new character. She is an interesting one. Another new character for Darkstalkers 3 is QB. She's new. Lilith. Jeddah. Jeddah is the main villain of Darkstalkers 3. And those are the 3 new characters, I believe, for the game, because every other character already featured in other Darkstalkers games. So yeah, let's go see how the tutorials are for this game. Are you ready to have some fun? Let's start with attacking our opponent's beautiful legs with a crouching short, strong, forward roundhouse chain. Okay. Right off the bat, they're trying to teach us some combos. Okay, so that is a demo. We must train our lovely opponents to watch for our low strikes. Try it again. Okay, so it wants me to do all of these things in succession now. Like right off the bat, the game is telling you, yo, you should be using these combos right off the bat. I'm a little too slow on the roundhouse. There you go. These tutorials are amazing, man. Am I supposed to land on her? Yeah, I'm supposed to land on her. Wow, it's pretty tight. Because she's crouching. Wow, that is a tight window to do that. It's actually pretty cool. Oh, man. There you go. In the corner is so much easier. Shit. Yeah, these really tight windows. Dude, I'm a casual. Like, I'm not an expert. I am not an expert when it comes to fighting games at all. That's why I started this. That's why I started this whole thing, so that I can try and learn more about these games, and you guys are all invited to join me on this journey. So thank you thank you so much for being here. It says that I have to do another dash. This is really tough for me. Because I need to do the dash forward, which is this one. And then I need to do another one, but quickly, but with the jab before I land on the ground, I believe. So I need to do that. There, I did it there. So I need to have like really quick. And then I need to follow that up with other combos. I think this might be a bit too advanced for me. For now. There, I did it again. Man, I would love to play this on Steam. I would love to play this on Steam, man. Oh my god. I would buy this in a heartbeat if Capcom re-released it. So guard canceling is getting out of block stun. So I have to put in the motion while blocking like that. Exactly. That's a reversal. Okay, so they're quite different. EX attacks that require multiple button inputs allow us to cancel from chain normals. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Man, this collection is awesome. You can unlock artwork. I love this collection, guys. It's so good. They did such a good job with this. Look at that. I've never seen that art. That is so badass. Yeah, Felicia is very oppressive, Rug. Like, Felicia is all about moving around, and I don't know how to deal with it. I thought that with this character, I might be able to make her to calm down. Not the case. She is very unga bunga, and it works. Shit. Oh god, what is this? No! Leave me alone. Missed the follow-up attack. That move is not good. That Hezenko move is not good. That one's okay. That low is absolutely murdering me. Wow, nice. I was crouching there. Oh god. Wow, that's a really good normal. That's a really good normal. Wow, look at that. That was sick. That was actually sick. What the fuck was that? What the hell happened there? It was like a cross up or something. Like we switched sides there. It threw me off. I don't think it's in the video. I don't think it's in the replay. That thing. Do you see that? That was so weird. Watch when I try to do the Shoryuken. Watch like that. Like what happened there? That was super awkward. I'm dead. Nope. Oh, I was able to land that. Oh, you're almost dead. Ooh, that was a good comeback. That was a good comeback. Man, I love these. Like, look at this stage. I love this stage. It's so good. Man, Darkstalkers needs to come back, man. These games need to come back in some capacity. Or at least re-release the collection on PlayStation 4 and on Steam. I don't know what that does, but it does things. Oh god, let me out of the corner. Alrighty then, so yeah, that was the last match. Psycho thank you for, those were great games. Thank you for coming in. Like I said, do not uninstall Fightcade because we're gonna play more of other fighting games as button mashing progresses.